Innovative di Hatiku represents a slogan that focuses on prioritizing community and future students, especially from the B40 groups. The spirit that arises from this slogan is to continue the effort to always give and help the community and prospective students in need. This slogan should remain a principle in every innovative citizen, so that this slogan is spoken in every community throughout the state in Malaysia, and make innovative as the main option to pursue higher education.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Innovative di hatiku.
A pleasant afternoon to our special guest, Aishah Binti Abdul Malek, moderator, and my fellow viewers. I hope everyone stays safe out there during this chronic disease which rule each and everyone wherever we go. So, for today, our topic that we are going to look is about child law enforcement. What is child law enforcement? Child law enforcement means from babies to teenage who involved in a variety types of child abuse and neglect investigations such as in cases of sexual abuse, physical abuse or neglected, domestic violence, child fatalities, human trafficking and more. So, as a Malaysian citizen, we should know what is going on in our country by knowing the latest news why the children are missing and certain cruel issues going on. Why is it happen? How to get over it? To look over this issue, welcome our guest speaker Puan Aishah for our session today that might steer clear from the barbarism. Hello Puan Aishah, how are you? So can we hear a little bit about yourself?
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Aishah Binti Malek. I am from Johor. I'm also as a teacher at kindergarten Tabika Perpaduan, which is at Kementerian Perpaduan Negara, Jabatan Perpaduan Negara and Integrasi Nasional Negeri Johor, which is my kindergarten is located at Bukit Gambir, Angkat Johor. So
Oh,
I'm involved in this field since 2013 as a teacher and learn this early childhood education since 2008. That's all.
okay. Thank you, Puan Aisha. So, as you know that today we are going to talk about child law enforcement. So, can we hear from you? What is your opinion on child in law enforcement in Malaysia?
As my experience, I think child law in Malaysia is quite good because as of many law that implement towards the childrens. Okay, I think this Malaysia have carried out a very good enforcement in children law because we have already JKM, which is Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat, as one of the important government organisation to in charge any case of children abuse or anything neglection towards the child. And then we already know Malaysia also have their own justice. On justice means that uh, children court, which is they not mixed to the other problem or civilization with other cases. It just only for children cases will be justice in their own pace. towards the children's problem only secara apa orang kata in the close part, their own court. I think that's a very good pendekatan lah towards in Malaysia.
Yes, that's good. Yeah,
Mm.
as we can see that most of the issues has been bringing to the court, and then they find the justice, and some are still on pending because they couldn't find real reason what it happened. So,
Yeah.
is there? Do you think this kind of a strict law it can overcome this kind of issues that are still happening in Malaysia?
I think this law is very good, and this law is I think is a suitable and is very correct towards our children act. Hak kanak-kanak itu sendiri is very orang kata tepat kerana jika sesuatu organisation tak ada if the organization did not have any law for the children, it might be quite difficult to us to find a justice. But in Malaysia, we already have a government that really care about our children and children development and other abuse that happen on the children. So we as parents or as early childhood practitioner need to know what are the impact or what are the um, preparation to us how to help the children abuse in the correct way, because we also have NGO which is moved as a single and community to help the children to make sure all of them make a good in place. I think it
Yeah,
should okay, and you also we have to together make them okay.
yeah, that's
Mm.
true
I
also.
think that's all.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So, apart from that, as you as a
Mm.
early childhood educator, so do you think for the pre-service teachers who learn from the college itself, they are coming
Mm.
into a teaching line, in working line, is there is enough experience for them to get this kind of things, to overcome these kind of things during in kindergarten and also nursery or anywhere wherever they go? Is there the enough
Uh,
experience for them to overcome these kind of issues?
as my experience, I think every college or any institutional program have their own courses about safety children, which is all the graduates need to take the courses. Need to take the courses. So other than learn, they also have to find another source, or they have to find another effort how to overcome and help the children. As we all know, if we study, we have only have let's say online courses only, online or offline courses, but we don't go to the background, or we don't go to the real part of the situations. But if we then when we go to the teaching learning, or we have an experience in the environment of that abuse, we have to find another source and find another experts about that issues. And the children need to not only have an educations about the early childhood education, but they have to acknowledge about the abuses, how to overcome, and also take an effort to alert the physical of the children as a whole.
Mm. So, as from your experience, you see in your view that it's not only through experience of a teacher, but also can get to know their knowledge about how to overcome these kind of issues that happen
Yeah,
in a kindergarten or anywhere else from home itself also.
yeah,
So,
yeah, correct.
do you think is the child abuse, apart from I mean, other than child abuse, sexual abuse, and then some cruelty towards the kids, is there still happening in as we um, as we can see in social medias last time, there are about children where they got hit and then got abused when they were teaching. So is this still happening in kindergarten? Or maybe you have a witness, maybe you have went through this kind of situation in a kindergarten or what. So can I hear a little bit of your experience? Maybe you witness or hear about these issues.
So far, in my environment, I didn't hear about this abuse. But if you can see or we can Google out of the issues, some of issues in the media social is many of abuse we are facing, not only not in other country but is in Malaysia. So I think um, maybe this issue come out with the lack of knowledge, and how they don't know how to communicate or interact with the children, and feel of full of emotions and psychological problems towards the practitioner maybe. So I think how to overcome this issue, we not only we not only have and full of educations in ourselves, but we have to know how to motivate ourselves every day, how to put ourselves in positivity way towards the children, because in the class we have a different background and situation, um and a physical or anything development about the children. So the teachers have to take a role, an important role, how to overcome and make a full of effort to make sure the children want to listen with us. Some children, as I look in my class, okay, the children not only want to learn, but they have is want to pay a full of attention to them, and they will make full of acting, not a positive acting. Like we have to slow down with them. If we is a very harsh, they also make a more harsh. So how to overcome it? We need to go slow down and more interacting with them politely. So I think because the teacher, maybe we have only our own problems at house or our environment in a negative environment, so we also have a professional values to put in ourselves before we entering the school. So we have to differentiate our problems issues and how to motivate and educate ourselves to teach properly to the towards the children. Maybe I think they have a problems or psychology issue in their self and themselves, and then um, lepaskan pada kanak-kanak tu, okay, as a punching back towards the children, because we all know the children cannot talk like a adult, so they punch. Maybe I think that was the problems.
Okay, so maybe the children's at the small age, baby, from baby to how to say during their kindergarten times,
Yeah,
some of them they have their psychologically effect, and also
yeah,
we don't know their background from, and also
yeah,
we don't know how they bring themselves into the kindergarten, because kindergarten or nursery or anywhere else, their environment, they feel the environment is new, so they can
yeah.
easily throw their tantrum. So from there, maybe some teachers or some educators, they may get angry.
I'm
Uh,
patient. Yeah,
yes, emotionally influenced. So they don't know what to do and
yeah,
how to say target the children and then hit them,
yeah,
and then make them to do this and that. So these kind of issues we can see,
yeah,
it's not a small problem, it's a big
yeah,
issue where it can lead to their future, that the
yeah,
children's future. So for an example, physically abuse,
Yeah.
throwing on their head and everything like that. So it can might lead them having some how to say their health issues in future. It's not only about child in law enforcement what the children is getting, but also they need to know how the children going to be in future. That's
Yeah.
the thing. uh, it's correct, Miss Aisha, what have you said with a good explanation. So there are some parents, they are very scared to send their kids to the, how to say, taking care place, or anywhere. So to avoid this anxiety, I mean the scariness in them, how it can help them to avoid and also get to know about the person who is taking care of the children. So is there, you think that the parents need to tell what is my child is going on, and then how my child will act out? Is there any explanation about the children before they send the children to the kindergarten? Is that very important about it?
Actually, I absolutely agree with you. I think that before we entering or before we uh, bring our kids in the kindergarten, we have to communicate. Communicate is an important things before you bring your child to entering the school. Okay, interact to the children or interact to the owner of the kindergarten or the teacher in the kindergarten. Tell about your kids, what the healthy, their
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 nutrition food.
yeah, the nutrition, their development and everything. Because while you talk to the children, while you talk to the teachers, what's going on your children, their experience, the skills and everything, the teacher will diagnose and the teacher will find out the best solution to your children. Okay. Then I myself only, I think that in when we go to the diploma or early childhood education courses, it's a bit different when we go to the practical. So put on the theory and put the theory and the practical skills within yourself. So how to overcome uh, the children with the different skills or behavior. I really appreciate to the parents if they have a good part in our education learning, because because parents and teacher have to work together to find out the best way together to develop the children in a good way. I think communication, for me, communications and participants towards the parents and teacher is really compulsory.
Important,
Yeah,
compulsory, yeah, that's true. Yes, what we can see is nowadays parents, they are how to say, working as to
working
bring the
parents.
children up. Yeah, they are giving priority for work. Yeah, at the same time,
Yeah,
they also need to know about their kids.
yeah, correct.
So it's not like only government is having a part to avoid these kind of things, and also make the law to be strict so that people won't get involved. But some of the parents are still find this kind of things is happening. So it's better start from home
Yeah,
rather than
correct.
bring to the community. So if they start from the home itself, they will get to know more about children. So when they get to know more about children, where they go, what they eat, and then what the things they are doing, and this kind of things can avoid this kind of issues happening in Malaysia. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and one more thing, what I have seen is for Aisha that most of the parents are giving the technology gadgets that make the
Mm,
children to be like serve them inside until they forget what they are doing, until make the parents to be calm. some parents they feel like, okay, if I give this technology gadget to them, they will keep quiet, they won't make noise. So these kind of issues also can see effect on not only for the children but also where the children goes, and also who they are communicating, to whom they are communicating. As we can see that recently only, maybe I don't know, many people might not have heard of or about these issues. Teenage children are went missing. So why is it happening? What is the cause? It's because the parents does not know to whom they are communicating, isn't it? So
Yeah.
from your viewpoint, I would like to hear that maybe a way or steps that parents can take to avoid this kind of issues. It might can lead to their future children.
As we can see now, gadget is everything. Now, gadget is everything. Um, working parents will be more prefer to give their children gadgets to make sure they can make a video, watch a YouTube and everything. But when the children go to the school, it actually brings a big problem to us how to overcome their attention. Okay, children that usually use a gadget, they have a less attention in the class because um, in the session, if each session you have a 20 to 30 minutes each session with the you know what with the learning session, so it is very become more bored because they have no choice to make another play. So the teachers need to find another way, another games, so many games or so many learning session with a fine with a full of energy to them to feel their boredness, their boring. Okay, so it is very gadget is also have a big problem to the children to find to make them more attentions. So one more that the children learn based on their actions, based on what they see, what they watch, what they see, what they hear. So when we just give them gadgets without any what call it tapisan in the gadget, we don't know what they learn inside the gadget. We don't know what they then they will be implement more about that. If positive is a good, but what if it's a negative impact? So it is a
They
really
might not
really
know.
worried of us. Yeah. So and one more thing is when we just give a gadget to the childrens, how about their motor skills to the childrens? How about their motor skills? If they can write perfectly, write clearly, they're right how. So if we have to balance in the gadget and the learning part towards the kids. I think that is
Okay.
more important.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can see like children are more into technology gadgets, and at the same time,
Mhm.
parents need to know about their children what they are surfing in. Okay,
Yeah.
what kind of games also can lead them to a different way.
Yes.
So, what I think is why children are there missing, why children are sexually abused, because of what? I do understand. If they get to know, whoever people, outside people, they might don't know, even they invite or call them to go out or anything, they will be aware if the parents has been taught in a correct way.
Yeah.
So in this kind of issues going on, so the government, what I feel is the government also might can take certain actions, maybe like do a campaign or maybe a talk that make the parents to involve themselves to know more about children. Uh, when comparing children from those days and nowadays is totally different,
Yeah.
because since when the MCO starts, when the children are with their parents, the parents definitely know how their children are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once they
Correct.
already get to know, they
Mm-mm.
feel like when the MCO will be end, because they
Yeah.
couldn't. Yeah.
Please do not MCO again.
Yes, true. That's true. Because even me, I got heard about it that when the
Mm-mm.
MCU will end, so that I will send my kids to the kindergarten.
To the
But at the same
kindergarten.
time, they didn't find a way to overcome this.
Yeah.
If they find a way, that's why there's a says that in every problem there is a solution.
Yeah.
Many scientists wouldn't be there if there is no solution. Many theologies won't be there if there's no solution. True. Even educators, even without experience, we cannot be find a solution.
Yeah.
As well
Correct.
as you, Aisha, you have a lot of experiencing different type of children. As today's topic is about child in law enforcement, is not only understand about what is happening in Malaysia and how does government is taking their action towards this kind of issues, but also for the parents out there, those who are in this session, they might get to know more about children. It's a startup. It's a
Correct.
startup for them. It's an
Yeah.
idea for them to go through. Yeah, there's a lot of video. There's a lot of things where parents, and not only parents, I mean future parents, can gain more knowledge about how to overcome these kind of issues. Okay. And at
Yes.
the same time, parents should find the teacher's background and also need to have the conversation once they picking up their children from the school, so that the parents get to know about the kids and avoid this kind of issues. Am I
Yeah.
right, Ponaisha?
Yes. Correct.
So
The
how do you
parents.
feel? Yeah, yeah, Aisha, yeah, yeah. You may talk.
Yeah. No, but in my opinions, the parents should know everything about early child education. We don't have to put one side of teacher. You have to teach my kids. You have to give a lesson to my kids, but you need to take an effort, uh, teach, not teach, but learn together with your kids at home. There's so many the children's development in not just only your early literacy. You can early literacy only. You have to write. You have to
Be
read
with the kids, yeah.
home, not, but you have to know the development of a child as a whole, about their spiritual, their emotionals, their physicals. All of them is a very important things to make sure your child develop in a very correct way. And can I make a bit bit lessons about KPM, our Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia in KSPK 2017 curriculum prasekolah kebangsaan. We already have a civic lessons and peers, which is peers is about physical and knowledge about, yeah, about themselves, how to overcome if the stranger peoples come to us, how to make sure we can go far from the stranger peoples, that we have a we have already a curriculum about that. You also can find at the Google about peers and civics education towards the early childhood children. And then for me, I think if we have a together with the parents and the parents and teachers about the educations of the towards the children, I think it's not be a much problems to these issues.
Yeah, that's true also. uh, this might also, it's not like ask the parents to go through the books, okay,
Yeah.
where as a teacher they use a guideline for them to teach the children. We are not asking to go through, just understand the children. It's not only normal children, but even how to say special children is a gifted from God. We shouldn't abandon them. We should uplift them, be an example to the generation, upcoming generation. As what I've heard recently, there's autism child where I would like to share a thing here. Where's autism child? He is, I mean, like, he's good, but his verbal will be not like as a normal children. The way he speaks is not like a normal children, but the way he responds to people is like good. It's good, in a good manner. But at one point, his parent sent him to a ICT class where normal people also there. She want her son to be like, she want her son not to expect, like expect in a special children area, but in the normal children area. Of course, she wants something changed for the kids, but at the same time need to see the ability whether the child can adapt or not. You know what the kids did? He couldn't take the lessons too deeply. He went back home. He abused his mother by pushing away, and she got stitches on her head. And this might see that you are, it's not abusing, throwing things or anything towards the children, but you are abusing the children where they don't have the interest in them to join in that in that class. It's a kind of abuse also, but
Yes.
there is no law for that outside. So we need to know about the children to avoid these kind of issues. Ah, so that's why the talk is about child in law enforcement in Malaysia, so that after this session, maybe the parents or the teachers or anyone, those who are seeing this video, maybe they can go and have a look what is going on. So what are the akta there in Malaysian law enforcement for the children? In case if they might go through this kind of situation, they can take immediate action for it.
Yeah.
So uh, for further talk, maybe we can conclude to a small thing where what is the ways, and then how come, maybe how the teachers, parents can overcome this kind of issues so that it won't happen again, and will be an example for the people out there to be aware from this kind of issues.
Yeah.
So can I
So
hear what is the ways, and then how the way to overcome it from Puan Aisha?
um, in my sites, I think they have a several keywords that you have. We as a teachers and parents do. First, we have to care. We have to care towards our kids. Cares mean you have to know what's the needed of the child, and then we have to communicate to your child as your children need you as a mother or as a father to communicate with them what they want, what they feels. So from the communication, from the conversation, we already know, yeah, their feelings. Okay. Third is about we have to be alert and aware the difference or the changes about your child. What the changes is a positive impact or negative impact. It's positive impact, we have to motivate them to go more positive or more good. But in a negative impact, we have to find the solution, what's the negative actually happen. Okay. And then we need to be friends to our child. We have to be friend, not autocratic parents. We have to motivate the parents, positive parents. How our parents' lifestyle. We have to make. We have to find a bit of education, parenting styles, education, parenting roles, roles of we as a parent, what the roles we have to find to the children. Every child have a different
Way of
strength,
growing up.
different
Yeah.
strength and different needed. So we have to find each of our child, and then find the best solution to our child. Even what they need or what they want, what they need, what they want, what the problem. We have to together with them find the best solution. If we just lack about what the children need, we just only make our children life more ruin, or make them more negative motivation, and then you will find the physical or the character more negative. And then we have to listen. We as a parent have as a parents, as a teacher, have to listen to your child. Okay. And actually listen and endorse what we have going to, and what the turning point of your child. So turning point of your child and turning point of yourself. So am I a good parent, or am I a good teacher? How to overcome myself, how to make me as a positive, make my children more good, or more bonding with me. How can I do it? Every time, every day, we have to find a best motivation, or motivate ourselves to make sure our children have a good impact to us, and their learning also.
Yeah, that's true. Very good explanation and steps that parents might can take certain steps that get to know about the children. It's not only kids when they are growing up in the kindergarten, but also teenage children, where they go, what they are doing. That's the
Yeah,
responsible as a parents. Okay, once
yeah,
they are in the school, it's the responsible of a teacher. Once they back
yeah,
from the school to home, it's the responsible of the parents to get to know where they are going, what they are doing, and then whom they are communicating, talking.
yeah,
So to conclude for today's talk, it's a simple nice talk as a startup for the child law enforcement, as many viewers has been given us support and motivation throughout this life. So is there any questions would you like to ask to Puan Aisha, maybe any suggestions or anything? So the floor is open now. I think so far they've get the information, I think main information, what they want to go and have a look after this session. I hope everyone had enjoyed for today's session, and then we will meet up for the upcoming session soon. So thank you so much for the viewers, and also thank you so much to Puan Haisha for letting us to get to know more about this child law enforcement. Thank you so much.
yes. Thank you inviting me. I hope we can see again.
Yeah, sure. We will see you again with different topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Thank you from us.
Thank you.
Saya Cik Am, Senior Counselor, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Aizah, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Yahurin Muhammad Yasin, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Kana, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Aini, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Arisha, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Ain, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Wanu Fazira, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Nurfahana binti Zul, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Asma Amanina, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Hamka, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Muhammad Helmi bin Abdul Rahman, inovatif di hatiku.
Nama saya Nurul Al-Akila, penolong pendaftar Kolej Inovatif Antarabangsa, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Ahmad Faiz bin Abdul Razak, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Abdul Rahman bin Kasbi, pendaftar Kolej Antarabangsa Inovatif. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.